Today's story is about how a millionaire CEO robbed himself and made himself clean shit, but no one knew the real truth. Come, let's find out. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. They called him Victor Kane, a man who wore success like a custom suit. He didn't just walk into a room, he owned it. At 42, he was the CEO of TitanCore Technologies, one of the most powerful tech companies in the world. If you saw him on the cover of Forbes, you'd think he was untouchable. But if you looked closer, you'd see the cracks. It began with a single envelope, delivered to Victor's office with no return address. Inside, a legal notice: Apex Dynamics had filed for a hostile takeover of TitanCore. But this wasn't just business. It was revenge. The CEO of Apex, Marcus Vance, was a man Victor had destroyed years earlier. Back then, Marcus had a promising AI startup. Victor sued him over a patent dispute, buried him in legal fees, and bought the company for pennies. Marcus had sworn that one day he'd take everything from Victor. The sun was setting over the city, painting the skyline gold. But Victor's mind was miles away. He knew Marcus's style. He wouldn't just buy TitanCore. He'd dig into its records, and he'd find things Victor had buried for years. Illegal mergers, bribed regulators, fake research funding. If those came to light, prison would be the least of his worries. TitanCore's chief financial officer, brilliant, elegant, and dangerous in the way only someone who understands every cent your company spends can be. Victor called her in. "Elena, we're moving the money." She didn't flinch. She didn't ask why. She just said, "How much?" $500 million. In the next 2 months. No one can know. She smirked. "So, you're robbing your own company?" Victor leaned back in his chair. "Think of it as protecting it." Day by day, Elena rerouted millions into offshore shell companies. They disguised transfers as failed R&D projects, canceled marketing campaigns, even equipment losses in warehouses overseas. On paper, it looked like business as usual. In reality, it was the cleanest corporate heist you could imagine. But not everyone was in the dark. Head of security, Victor's oldest friend. They'd grown up together in the same rough neighborhood. Victor had paid for his wedding, his house, even covered his gambling debts more than once. But this time, Daniel's debts were too big, and the people he owed weren't patient. The FBI approached him with an offer: record Victor's every move, and they'd wipe his record clean. Daniel told himself it was just insurance, just in case Victor ever turned on him. But deep down, he knew he'd already betrayed him. Weeks pass. The transfers keep happening. The money keeps disappearing. But the walls are closing in. An investigative journalist, Amira Blake, starts sniffing around TitanCore after noticing unusual spikes in its overseas transactions. She calls Victor directly. "Mr. Kane, I'm hearing whispers that your company is losing millions every week. Care to comment?" Victor chuckles. "Miss Blake, people have been predicting my company's collapse for years. It hasn't happened yet." But when he hangs up, there's a flicker of doubt in his eyes. TitanCore's board members start asking questions. Why are profits dropping? Why are projects suddenly being canceled? Elena plays the perfect role. She tells them about unexpected market conditions and strategic realignments. Her confidence keeps them quiet, for now. One night, Daniel catches Victor in his private office at 3 a.m., shredding files. "What are you doing?" Daniel asks. "Cleaning up before the storm hits." Daniel's phone is in his pocket, recording every word. A mid-level accountant spots irregularities in a transfer. He emails Elena about it. The next morning, he's reassigned to TitanCore's Singapore office permanently. Victor is ready to move the last $200 million into his secure offshore account. This is the one nobody knows about. As the numbers hit the screen, he feels a rush of victory. Apex's takeover will fail. TitanCore will be worthless on paper. And when the dust settles, he'll still have nearly $1 billion safely hidden. But the next morning, Everything collapses. Breaking news. TitanCore CEO arrested in multi-billion-dollar fraud case. FBI agents storm the headquarters. Reporters swarm the building. Stock prices freefall. Victor is handcuffed in front of his employees. Cameras flash. In the interrogation room, the FBI plays a recording. Victor's own voice. Move it all. They won't notice until it's too late. He looks across the table and sees Daniel standing in the corner. His oldest friend. His betrayer. Victor demands access to his secure offshore account, but the balance is zero. Elena moved the money hours before his arrest. And she didn't just disappear, she reappeared on television weeks later. Standing next to Marcus Vance, shaking his hand, being announced as the new CEO of Apex Dynamics. Victor watches from his prison cell, the blue glow of the TV reflecting in his eyes. It wasn't Marcus who beat him. It wasn't the FBI. It was Elena, the one person who knew exactly where to stab him and how to twist the knife. And somewhere through the shore, $200 million still sits, untouched, waiting. Victor smiles to himself, because in his mind, the game isn't over.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe.